Hi everybody and welcome to the Liberty National Z-Scale Home Division. So this could be one of those big train videos I wanted to run here. What we're going to try to do here is follow the Amtrak once around the layout. But I think before we take that Amtrak out of the yard, there's that big BNSF train. He's going to have to get held up. So like where I grew up in the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Amtrak would have to snake his way from the station through the yard, through the Minnesota Commercial, and down through the Pig's Eye Yard. So kind of the same thing here, the big bluffs, Mounds Park in the background. So unlike the real railroad, we're going to let Amtrak get out in front of the freight train. So leaving the yard, he's pulling out in the main line. Just me by myself down here today, so I'm going to have to back up to the controls, but once he gets going, give him some speed there. So running in front of the Bear Creek Trestle, heading west. He's kind of Nebraska into Colorado, Wyoming, heading up the hill into the Rocky Mountains. And up the hill. So we're going to pick him up on the other side of the mountain, and I think I'll go ahead and let that big BNSF freight train get going here. Coming down the Colorado River. And he disappears into the big mountain. So we reworked this train set. He used to head out across the bridge to the other side, but right at this point that train's turning around inside that mountain. He's going to come out right there, and in the meantime we got a big BNSF climbing up the hill. So he's back on the other track, heading back. Gonna shoot right through the yard this time. So when I reconfigured the layout, originally it was double track all the way around, and then we reconfigured it, kind of making it go loop to loop. So as it appears all double and triple track, it's just one single track. So eventually, and it's huge, so we haven't even gone halfway around yet with Amtrak, but when he meets the freight train, they're actually on the same track going the same direction, but you'll see. Here he comes tearing through Mojave. So the upper part here is kind of Rocky Mountains, Great Northern Montana area. Got the Isaac Walton Inn, Essex, Montana. Amtrak's gonna pop out the bottom there. All right. There it comes. Kind of out in the desert now, Arizona. All rocks. Old wooden triple track trestle. Back into the mountain. In the meantime, we've got that BNSF working his way over here. We got an Amtrak. Setting up for a meet. Zipping through the yard on track 2. Let's see if we can really light it up here. I'll fire up the other Empire Builder on the upper level. So we got 3 trains running now. Dueling Empire Builders, past and present. So on this upper train, kind of see how it's going to loop around. This is where it used to head over across the bridge. This is a reverse loop now, so I'm going to have to go over and hit the control. Alrighty. So it used to go across the bridge and to the other side of the basement. But when we found out the size of the layout, it would shift and became issues at the bridges all the time, having to readjust, so no more bridge. Now you just walk through. If I got the, here comes the BNSF. Amtrak again. It's an Empire Builder through the upper yard past the Santa Fe. And I wanted to pick up, and there he is. Look at this BNSF coming down the hill, coming down the Colorado River. (1950s) Amtrak, and I said it again, Great Northern's Empire Builder, coming across the trestle at Cut Bank. I've aligned that switch there. This time when Amtrak comes back, he's going to go in the yard. And finish with a nice meat.